Hey friends, hey, it's your girl Kitty. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a ride or die, part of KKC, welcome back. Today, guys, I am having, for our lovely mukbang this evening, I am having chicken quesadillas, homemade by yours truly, and chips, and I have some queso. Hopefully it's still hot enough that we can do this. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that's good. And I have a little dish here with some sour cream and salsa. I'm like shaky. I haven't ate all day. And I have to drink, I have the blackberry bubbly. So, oh guys, what a day. We will get into that. Cheers to the plane above. Ooh. So good. Okay. Before we dig into this delicious food, I want to give a shout out to my MVP for the month of May, just Megan. I will leave the link to her channel in the description box below. She is so awesome, guys. Go check her out. I absolutely adore her. She has some wonderful content over there. Go check her out, show her some love, and let her know Miss Kitty sent you. Just breathe, Brenda. What a day. Let's get a chip. These. There we go. Yum. Mmm. Oh, I have napkins down here. Burger King napkins for the win. Oh no. Oh no. Whatever. All right. So yeah, Burger King napkins for the win. I really feel like this is like cutting my head off. Mm. I think what I'm going to do, because it's not that I'm uncomfortable, I just really feel like my food is like right up in my face. I don't know. You guys might prefer that. Let me know. But I wanted to try to film with the camera back a bit. Mm. I love chips and queso. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's get into one of these. I should have cut them again. We're just going to dunk it. Oh, yeah. Mm. So the only thing in my chicken quesadilla is just chicken, cheese, and green onion. Okay, so today, this morning, I got my vaccine. And guys, I was a wreck. I was a wreck. I was fine. I was fine when I got, like, on the way there, I was fine. When I got there, I was fine. On the way there, I had a cigarette because I was like, my nerves were shot. My anxiety was through the roof. And I know that's not an excuse, but I was like, I didn't have any happy smoke or anything before I left. I opted to not have that. Not that it's out of my system, it's always in my system, but I just felt like I didn't want to like have a smoke sesh and then feel more anxiety. Like, because sometimes I get anxious when I'm happy. We'll just say that. Sometimes I get anxious and antsy, and I was like, I don't want that to be how I'm feeling on like on my way there and while I'm there and while I'm getting my vaccine. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I went stone cold sober. But I did cave and had a cigarette on the way there. And I smoked after. But I have an app that is tracking my progress with the quitting. And I'm honest on that app. Like, it asks, because it asks you to check in. And did you smoke today? Yes, ma'am, I did. I did. So we get there. You guys can see the green onion and stuff in there. Eh. So we get there, and I'm like, a few minutes early because I am a very punctual person. If I'm to be somewhere, I'm there like 15, 20 minutes early. If I'm late, it's because of someone else. Like, I don't drive, so if I'm late getting somewhere, not that I'm putting the blame on another person, but I am putting the blame on someone else because I'm a very punctual person. Like, if I'm supposed to be somewhere, I'm there. Mm. Anyway, so we headed over because I went to the pharmacy, drugstore, whatever you want to call it, because that's where I was booked to have the vaccine. So I go. We went to my mom's. She had a bunch of a bunch of non-perishable like food items and stuff um, to donate to the homeless shelter. John and my nephew Caden, their school was like collecting um, non-perishable items and personal care items and stuff like that for the homeless shelter. So my mom had a bag done up and she was like, I got the stuff ready. She's like, don't worry about it. She's like, I got enough that the boys, can take the big bag of stuff and it's from the both of them. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I didn't even hear anything about this. So picked up that stuff, dropped John off at school. Um, Went to the superstore, which is a grocery store here in Canada. Um, Actually, I think it's Atlantic Canada because it's Atlantic Superstore. Went to pick up a grocery order for my parents because my dad has to self isolate because there was an exposure at his work. So it's just precaution. He's staying home. And so we went and picked up a grocery order for them, took them their stuff. And by the time we did all that, it was pretty close to my appointment time. So I went and I was still early. So we go in, or I go in, and they want you there like 10 minutes before your actual appointment time because you have to fill out like paperwork and stuff. Oh, excuse me. And I know a lot of people were just like, what? You need to sign stuff? But no, realistically, you do sign stuff. Even when you go to the hospital for surgeries, you got to sign papers. Like, it's nothing new. So I was fine this whole time. I mean, I was anxious. Like, I had anxiety through the roof, but I was like coping with it. I go in. This gentleman behind the desk was like, are you here for your vaccine? I said, yes. And he asked my name and I told him. And he was like, yeah, okay. He's like, come around here. I need you to fill out this stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I fill out all the paperwork and sign my life away. No. Um, so I fill out the stuff and the paperwork and I hand it in. And the guy's like, okay, just have a seat and they'll call you. And they had like booths set up behind the actual pharmacy. So it was like little cubicles. And, because there's so many people that are going in to get it. And it can't just be one person administering. That would just take forever. So there was like, I think 3 or 4 people. And so I'm sitting in this chair and there's like these like plastic drapes like hanging from the ceiling. So you're in like this little plastic cubby. I don't know what else to call it, but I was just like sitting there and I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm like, it's like really starting to hit me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like really happening. And I'm like, okay, just breathe. And I'm like literally sitting there having a conversation with myself in my head. I do that. Does anyone else do that? So I'm like kind of like just talking to myself to like snap out of it, lady. So they call my name and I'm like, no. So I go and I sit down in the booth. Luckily, the gentleman that was administering mine was super kind and very knowledgeable and he explained things and he answered my questions. And I was like, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." And I started to cry a little bit. Like all you can see is my eyes. I'm wearing a mask, so my eyes kind of filled with tears, and I was just like, he's like, "It's okay." He's like, "All of your, whatever you're feeling and thinking, and it's all valid, and it's okay. It's okay for you to feel how you're feeling." Mm. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Ah, easy peasy," but oh no, go away, little fuzzy. I was just like, I just have had a lot of like medical issues and not a good time medically for like very simple. I think I get more freaked out with medical stuff now because of what I went through when I had my son. I don't want to cry. If you're interested to know what I went through, there's a video somewhere on my channel. I'll try to find it, and I'll try to find the video where I talk about that. There's actually a few videos. I don't know. I'll try to look for it, guys. But if not, if you want to scour my channel and watch some of my older content, and I think it's in the title, probably, that I talk about my like labor and like my pregnancy, my labor, delivery, and the aftermath. I literally went through hell. So anything medically like really freaks me out, and I don't have very good luck. So I was like really emotional, and not like, I wasn't like I was like this, like my eyes are watering. I was just like, ugh. Anyways, but he just like talked to me and talked me through it, and he was super awesome. And like I just told him, I'm like, I don't have a fear of like needles. That doesn't scare me. I have tattoos, I have piercings. I have a pretty high tolerance for pain. Let's face it, I'm a woman. Women are tough ass bitches. But it was just like scary. Like I just, with all of this kind of being like, a lot of it still being like very unknown, and we've all been through so much in the past year and a half with this. Like this is just, and I was in my feels. It is 2 years since our family dog, we had to put her down. And my mom's the one that pointed that out. She's like, "Oh, it's a good sign. Like Burmese is with you." Because my mom knows, like guys, I am an empath. I'm highly sensitive. Like things, I'm a worrier. I overthink. I'm crazy. I do think of the most outrageous scenarios and possibilities, and in all situations, like my mindset just goes there. When I'm out somewhere, I think of like I'm trying so hard to have a good time, but I'm thinking like, what if this happens? Like I'm looking for, making sure I know where the emergency exits are, and like I'm scouring the room, and I'm like studying everyone that's there. Like I just overthink. Like I said, I'm crazy. But anyways, so he just kind of like just answered my questions. I didn't have a lot of questions really. I told him about like my prescription history, like that I'm on medications for asthma and borderline COPD. So yeah, I found that out. But he just talked to me, and voila. Oh, I still have that on. I was hoping I'd get like a cool Band-Aid. That one's just stupid. Should have came home and slapped a Scooby-Doo Band-Aid on. I really do have Scooby, even though I'm not a big fan of Scooby-Doo. I kind of felt like I shouldn't eat anything because I was like, what if I get like nauseous or. But then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have had something in my stomach, in my system. But honestly, I was still full from Burger King last night. So I kind of fasted all day. What did I have today? An ice cap. That's healthy. Yeah, I had an ice cap and a can of bubbly. Oh, funny story. Funny story. Very quickly, because I'm like done. I found a bunch of disposable cameras that John had used to take pictures when he was away at summer camp. Like he was just little. Like, so I was like so excited to see these like to get these films developed. It was like $52. Well, correction, it was like almost 40 because I got a bottle of Advil, liquid Advil. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, yeah, it was like almost $40 to get those developed. And I thought they only charge you for the ones that actually turn out. Cuz there's one, oh they're down there. There's one like pack like envelope of photos. They're literally darkness. I'm like, what is that? I think it's like a gallery, like an art gallery or something John went to when he was a kid, like a little kid. I'm getting sidetracked. But so I'm like at the cash to pay for the Advil, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's photos here. So I was like, I'll just pick them up. Might as well pick them up. I'm here. So I asked the lady, and she asked me my name because when they file it, it's under your name. And she's like, oh, and she said a name, and I'm like, yeah, that's my dad. And she's like, oh, okay. And so I get the photos home, and I'm opening the envelopes and looking at them. And I get to the last one. There's 3 envelopes of photos. I get to the last one and I open it. Oh my God, guys. Years ago, like years ago, I'm not going to disclose how many years ago because that will like, yeah. Anyways, me and one of my best friends tattooed each other. Our friend was an apprentice in a tattoo shop, and we went to hang out with her because she was doing a tattoo on one of my best friends. And we were just kind of like, shooting the shit, chit chat, whatever. And she's like, my friend's like, oh my God, wouldn't that be hilarious if we tattooed each other? My nose is running. Anyways, she's like, wouldn't that be funny if we tattooed each other? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. So anyways, we ended up doing it. That's what those photos are. We tattooed each other's butt cheek. It's literally a little red heart with a spider web around, like the heart's in the middle of a spider web. Super cute concept. Like the tattoo's cute and cool, but it looks like 2-year-olds. Oh my gosh, the topper to the story. Those photos literally are like the in the pictures. It's like my butt cheek and one of my best friend's butt cheeks and us tattooing each other. My sister was taking the picture. My sister was taking the pictures. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how many people in that photo lab seen my, yeah. Anyway, so the topper to us tattooing each other's butt cheeks, that's funny, right? That's funny. And the fact that they look like 2-year-olds did it. My friend decides to take it a step further. She put her frickin' initials. I'm not joking. You can't make this stuff up, and I'm not showing you, but I'm just saying. Oh my God. All right, I'm done. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Oh, the stories I have. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Mukbang, eat, not eat, what? Mukbang, eat dinner with, yeah, eat dinner with Kitty, kick it with Kitty, whatever you want to call it. I love you guys so much. Oh, I didn't mute my sound on my phone. Anyways, this video is 27 minutes long, and I didn't intend for it to be this long, so it is what it is. I don't know. I've been trying to make my videos shorter, and I just can't shut up. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thanks for sticking around. If you are new to my channel and you made it this far, leave me a turtle emoji in the comments, and I hope you consider hitting the subscribe button. And I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Deuces!